The Seven Sisters came out in Australia in 2023, and it's coming out in the US in November as Kill Yours, Kill Mine. So same book, different title. And Seven Women, well, Mia is a therapist, but she's a therapist of a very different kind. She's in the same situation. You know, her sister was a victim of domestic violence. And Naomi comes to see her and is convinced to join group therapy rather than one-on-one. And she's a very reluctant, well, I don't want to say patient, she's a very reluctant attendee here. But the thing that all these women have in common is that each one of them has lost a sister to domestic violence. Either the perpetrator wasn't caught, or they were given a very light sentence, or, you know, some way of avoiding the real full force of the law. And obviously they're all grieving, and they're all very, very angry. And so this therapy group isn't really a conventional therapy group. It's really designed to exact revenge upon the original perpetrators by swapping homicides, so that each woman has a beautiful alibi when her sister's killer is killed, and none of the other women have any connection to that crime whatsoever. So it's got a bit of a, you know, a Hitchcockian kind of twist to it, and away we go. So it's not so much of as a whodunit as will they get away with it, and how are they going to do it? Because these are ordinary women. They're not sort of you know, they haven't got mystery ninja skills. There's no scenes where, you know, they hotwire a boat and, you know, roar across Sydney Harbour, steering with one hand while shooting out the back of the boat with the other. Doesn't happen. And of course, in Australia, we don't have easy access to guns. So guns are, you know, not something that you'd employ in a book necessarily set in Australia when you've got normal people involved in the crime, because it's much easier to kind of nail that sort of thing down. So that was the big fun for me of this book, was, you know, working out 7 different ways to kill people in a way that didn't look like you were killing them and still get away with it. There's a guy who goes down a mine shaft in remote outback New South Wales, and I think that's probably a bit of a favourite. So I think you have to sort of have that. I think you have to have little moments with each of those characters, even if they're short-lived characters, because you know you have to write their scene, even if it's that just that brief death scene. You got to be there as he's ricocheting off the sides of the mine shaft, don't you? You know, it's part of the process. But it was interesting coming up with lots of different ways to kill people.